The Chronos Paradox, Chapter 1, Reverse Gravity. The Ares 4 mission had been fraught with challenges since launch. The crew of four, Captain Elena Ramirez, veteran pilot and mission commander, Dr. James Jimmy Lee, astrophysicist and the mission's brains, Dr. Sarah Khan, botanist and the crew's moral compass, and engineer Mikhail Petrov, the mission's resident problem solver, were nearing their destination, Proxima Centauri b, a planet promising potential for life. Elena steered the ship through the final leg of the journey, her voice calm despite the tension in the cockpit. Landing sequence initiated. Petrov, you're in charge of the initial survey. On it, Captain, Mikhail replied, his eyes glued to the screens displaying the approaching planet. Looks like a good one. As they landed, the initial scans of the planet were promising. A verdant atmosphere, signs of liquid water, even readings suggesting organic life. But as they ventured out, things started to feel off. The crew's movements were sluggish, their steps heavy, and the air had a strange, almost viscous quality. The readings are all messed up, reported Mikhail, staring at his instrumentation. There's something affecting the gravity here. Maybe a magnetic anomaly? Sarah ventured, looking at the strange swirling patterns in the sky. Jimmy shook his head. No, this is something else. I've never seen anything like it. The gravity, it's not just altered, it's reversed. Chapter 2, The Backward Flow. As they explored further, the unsettling truth became apparent. Time on Proxima b flowed in reverse. Look at that, Sarah exclaimed, pointing to a towering tree in the distance. Its branches are starting to shrink, the leaves are falling off, and it's slowly getting smaller. Elena watched as a stream of water flowed uphill towards its source, a waterfall reversing its course and becoming a geyser. It's like watching a movie in reverse, Jimmy said, his voice filled with wonder and trepidation. Mikhail, ever the pragmatic engineer, tried to make sense of the anomaly. If time is running backward, that means every action we take will be undone. We'll never be able to leave this planet. We're trapped. Chapter 3, The Paradox of Existence. The realization that they were trapped in a world where time flowed in reverse had profound implications. Our bodies are still aging normally, Sarah said, her voice heavy with the weight of the situation. We'll be trapped here, growing old, while the world around us unravels, until we reach the moment of our birth. Elena looked at her crew, each one grappling with the overwhelming implications. We can't give up. We need to understand this anomaly, find a way to reverse it, or at the very least, find a way to leave before we age to the point of no return. They found themselves in a race against time, or rather, against its reversal. They discovered ancient ruins, remnants of a civilization that had mastered the manipulation of time, and they began to understand the history of Proxima b. This planet was once a vibrant world, but something happened, explained Jimmy, deciphering ancient texts. They tried to manipulate time to reverse it, but it backfired, trapping the planet in this loop. Chapter 4, A Final Chance. They discovered a device, a chronal regulator, a relic of the ancient civilization that could potentially reverse the temporal anomaly. The device is still active, said Mikhail, analyzing the readings. It's almost as if it's waiting for someone to use it. Elena looked at her crew, their faces reflecting a mixture of hope and fear. They had a chance to reverse the time flow, but they also had to understand that there were no guarantees. This is our last shot, Elena said, her voice firm. We might not know what the consequences will be, but we have to try. She activated the chronal regulator, and a wave of energy pulsed through the planet. The air shimmered, the reversed flow of water paused, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. They watched as the planet around them began to shift, the reversed processes slowing, then halting. Their bodies felt lighter, their movements smoother. The flow of time was returning to normal. But the experience left a profound mark on the crew. They had faced the ultimate paradox, the ultimate threat to existence, and they emerged from it forever changed, carrying with them the weight of a world that had defied the natural order of time, a world that had shown them the fragility of reality itself. They returned to Earth with a newfound appreciation for the simple miracle of time flowing forward.